Russia's presence in Africa's food market is expanding rapidly. In 2024 alone, Russia's agricultural exports to the continent surged by a significant 19%. This brought the total value of these exports to over $7 billion, a clear indication of Russia's growing influence. This surge is not limited to a single commodity, but grains make up the lion's share. A whopping 87% of Russia's agricultural export value to Africa comes from grains, highlighting the crucial role of these staples in the relationship. This growth is part of a deliberate strategy by Russia to strengthen ties with African nations. By significantly increasing its food shipments, Russia aims to build strategic partnerships across the continent. This is particularly crucial in the wake of disruptions to global food supply chains, which have made many African countries vulnerable to shortages and price volatility. Wheat stands out as the cornerstone of Russia's burgeoning agricultural trade with Africa. The numbers paint a stark picture. In the 2023 to 2024 season, Russia exported a record-breaking 21.2 million tons of wheat to African countries. This staggering figure represents a significant portion, 38%, of Russia's total wheat exports. It underscores the importance of the African market for Russian wheat producers, with Africa now consuming a staggering 50% of all Russian wheat exports. This dominance in the wheat market is directly linked to the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. Before the war, Ukraine was a major grain supplier to Africa. The war disrupted these exports, creating a vacuum that Russia has been quick to fill. Countries like Egypt, Algeria, and Libya, heavily reliant on wheat imports, have increasingly turned to Russia to meet their needs. While Russia's increased food exports, particularly wheat, provide a lifeline for many African nations facing food insecurity, this reliance is not without its risks. The potential for dependency on a single supplier raises concerns about long-term stability and vulnerability to geopolitical maneuvering. The very real possibility of Russia using its dominant position to exert political influence or extract concessions cannot be ignored. Despite these concerns, Russia continues to strengthen its ties with African nations through new trade agreements. Post-July 2023, deals were inked with key players like Nigeria, Kenya, and South Africa. These agreements go beyond just wheat, encompassing barley, fertilizers, and even investments in agricultural research and development. While these partnerships hold the promise of boosting agricultural productivity and fostering economic growth, the potential for these agreements to further entrench African reliance on Russian imports raises alarm bells. Addressing the root causes of food insecurity in Africa requires a multi-pronged approach that goes beyond simply relying on imports, even from a seemingly benevolent partner like Russia. The long-term solution lies in empowering African nations to become self-sufficient in food production. This requires significant investment in agricultural infrastructure, technology, and training. Initiatives like the African Continental Free Trade Area, or AFCFTA, offer a framework for boosting intra-African trade in agricultural goods, reducing reliance on external actors like Russia. By fostering collaboration, sharing expertise, and promoting regional integration, Africa can move towards a future where food security is not contingent on the geopolitical calculations of other nations. A future where every person has access to nutritious and affordable food, produced sustainably within the continent itself.